Today is September 19th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey, and we are brought to you each and every day by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. Rammer, the most exciting game at Busch Stadium this season happened last night, as you and I talked about before the game yesterday when we were doing the show. Cardinals win 1-0. Adam Wainwright pitched like vintage Adam Wainwright and won his career 200th game. And you know what? That's going to be the memory that sticks from this lost season.
Yeah, I think over the course of time, as people, they go to their baseball reference, they look in the Cardinal record book, and third most wins by a Cardinal starting pitcher. It's all good. And we're so glad, aren't we, that he was marvelous in getting the 200th win. And it wasn't one of those, he comes out after 5, the team's ahead 6-5, and end up winning 10-8, and he still gets the win. Aren't we glad that he came out and was brilliant?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, last one, you had to force him to get through 5 innings and to get that 15th out. And you're sitting there and you're going, how much is Ollie going to push this? And they really, win, lose, doesn't matter. He gets the 5 innings. He gets the 5 innings. And this one, I mean, he at it at a certain point yesterday in the game. And you said, you know what? When? I mean, how long is Ollie going to let him go in this one? Because he was pitching so well in the game, and 200 is all that mattered.
And it's not the Athletics or the Royals that you're playing. It's the division leader.
Yeah.
I think all those things combine to make it a very memorable night.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the video. I saw one of a different camera angle where you could see Jordan Walker in the background because Tommy Edman catches the ball right in front of Jordan Walker.
Yep.
And the way Jordan Walker just kind of jumped up and fist pumped as Tommy Edman caught that final out of the game, you would have thought that they would have won the World Series with that. And Jordan Walker, who's only been playing with Adam Wainwright for 6 months now, for excited as the young rookie was to see that accomplishment, I think as much as anybody else in that organization as well.
There was a segment of the sports world over the last few months saying, is Wainwright being selfish in his pursuit of 200? And I think what you're pointing out is an example of how his teammates didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
And in a season where there was very little to play for after the first couple of months, to play for this and to play for a teammate that gives so much back, not only as a teammate, but as a person to the other guys in the locker room. I think that tells that narrative that of the selfishness doesn't hold much water.
Not even on top of that. I mean, the Jordan Walker reaction, Wilson Contreras, his interview with Jimmy the Cat Hayes after the game too, I mean, was crying. It was so happy that Adam Wainwright got to 200 last night. So you showed, another example of just how much it meant to the teammates as well for that. And Wilson Contreras really was kind of the hero yesterday with the home run. Our
friend Andy Van Slyke, former Cardinal, outspoken baseball analyst, told me a couple of weeks ago that, I was talking, as I do in my nerd world, about, well, if you carried 3 catchers, you could do this, and Contreras can DH. And he stopped me and was adamant. Contreras is your catcher, period. End of story. He's your catcher, and he's going to be a leader. And I think Slick was right. He is going to be a leader, and I'm starting to think of him kind of like Orlando Cepeda coming over to the Cardinals in 1966. The Cardinals had won in 64 and got old almost in an instant and moved Dick Groat, Ken Boyer, and Bill White. Orlando Cepeda came over and breathed new life into the team, taking them to the World Series in 1967 and 68. And I think I'm going to draw those comparisons and see if they hold water after the next year.
Well, from 200 wins to 1 career win, Drew Rom on the mound tonight for the Cardinals. He goes up against Trevor Megill. No lineups yet. Way too early for the lineups to come out tonight. And I wonder if this is a game that's going to be treated as a day after clinching type of game. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how, because Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado have said they don't want to sit out any games the rest of the year. They've said they want to be in there. every single day. I wonder if maybe this is the exception if yesterday is kind of seen as, okay, we got this over with, we got this done. Now we can, that's one thing that was on our checklist for the year that we've accomplished.
I think I'd be a little bit surprised at that, but I think Thursday afternoon you might see a bench lineup.
Yeah, which I don't even know what that means right now with the current makeup of this roster with the Cardinals.
Good point. Yeah, that's a great point.
We talked about it yesterday on the show, and it's been making its way around baseball today. The Rays have reached an agreement with the city of St. Petersburg to build a $1.3 billion ballpark as part of a redevelopment of the Tropicana Field site. The 86-acre area is going to be home to the new stadium that they will have, and they made that announcement today, this morning, with some renderings of what that new stadium will look like. They said that it'll be 30,000 seat park that can be expanded to 35,000, and it looks like they're going to split. They're going to be close to about a 50-50 split between the Rays and the city and county to cover that $1.3 billion. So baseball is going to stay down in the St. Petersburg, Tampa area.
The one phrase in the report that bothered me a little bit was they discussed it as, if I read it right, a low-profile roof. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I hope that in St. Pete and around baseball, we learned that playing balls off catwalks taints the game. So hopefully that's not what he meant. Maybe he just meant on the landscape it won't be a high-profile eyesore. But I would like to have gotten some clarity over that line.
Maybe low profile as far as I guess what you see at SoFi Stadium, what they have there, what some of the other roofs are going with in baseball these days, as far as opening or just being there enclosed the entire time. That they're just, they're just going to put a lid on this stadium, and that's going to be that. They're not going to do anything fancy with it.
Yeah, put the lid on it and then open up doors and windows if they need a breeze.
Yeah,
kind of like when we were kids going to grandma. She didn't have an air conditioner, and open up the doors and turn the fan on.
Cardinals and Brewers tonight, 6:45 start time in St. Louis. Drew Rom on the mound tonight, looking to pick up career victory number 2, as he looks to be on his way to become the 4th Cardinal to win 200 career games with the franchise, and that starts here in 2023. Rammer.
Yeah, we'll see how Drew does next game, and just it's all tryouts now, in my view.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, referencing the future, back to last night's game, Mason Wynn was brilliant defensively, and he just missed having one of the great catches of the season on that dive up the middle into the outfield that hit him just a little bit at the bottom of the pocket toward the heel of the glove. If it's an inch higher in his glove, he makes the catch, and it would go down in Cardinal lore as one of the great ones.
We are brought to you each and every day by the folks at Munganess St. Louis Acura and Rammer, also Royal Banks of Missouri.
Royal Banks of Missouri, over 60 years now, serving our community, St. Louis, East Side, St. Charles County, Northeast Missouri. And in each and every branch, it's where the Royal Banks bankers say it's where better service means better banking.
He is Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you tomorrow before Cardinals and Brewers Game 3 right here on Daily Cards Live, and we'll get those bootlegging lineups for you as well. I do know the folks at Central State Sandwiches, they are going to be serving up the meatball sub this week. Yeah, he's bringing that back out for this week, and one of these times I need to get out there when they have when he has that meatball sub on the menu out there at Central State Sandwiches.
I like it.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This is ClaibsOnline.com.
Munganess St. Louis Acura has a great selection of new and certified pre-owned Acuras. Get 3.9% financing for up to 36 months on all new Acura models, or get $1,000 in loyalty incentives on the 2023 TLX and RDX, and $750 in loyalty incentives on the 2024 Integra. Get financing as low as 1.99% for up to 36 months on certified pre-owned TLX and MDX models. Munganess St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.